Alright guys, so in this video I am going to show you all of my fully kitted projects, which are all in this, forget what size tub it is, I think it's a 50-60 litre roller tub. So these have everything. I've got the pattern, the fabric, the floss. They've got everything for them. So, and then I do have another tub on this other side because the lid popped off this one because I tried to shove too many in there. So I do have another tub on the other side. I do have all these in alphabetical order, but I'm like, bugger it. I am going to, as I'm going through them, I am going to put them into two different tubs. One will have full coverage, and the other tub I am going to just put all the smaller full coverage and like long dog samplers and stuff like that in, just to make it a little bit easier when I'm looking for something. I do have a list of all of them that are in alphabetical order, so that's fine. All right, so I think in the last count there was like 45 or something fully kitted projects. So let's just get into this and go through them, shall we? All right, so sorry, there is going to be some rustling and stuff as well. Because they're all in Snaplog bags, I apologize for that. All right, so first one we have is this one. It is called Armored Horse 1, and this one comes from Etsy. I'm trying to think of the name. Like Unicorn Designs, Laser Art Designs. It's one of those stores on Etsy. So that's that one. I do have all the floss. I just realized I don't actually have the fabric in this one, but I do have fabric that I can cut for it. So I'm going to throw that over there so I can get some fabric cut for it and put it into the other box. All right. I'm going to try to move through these as quick as I can. Try not to make it a hour-long video going through all these, but there's only so quick you can go, isn't there? All right, so this is one of the stamped kits that I bought quite a while ago. It is on 14 count Ada. As you can see there from the size, it's 48 by 58, that's centimeters. Flip it over, obviously that's your stamped pattern or fabric in there. All your floss and everything is in there as well. This one actually has cotton floss. Thank God for that, because the satiny floss, the rayon floss that I have for some of the others is a pain in the ass to work with. Not so much when you use thread conditioner, but it still is a pain in the ass to work with, because you can't actually, like it, as you can see, it comes with the, what do you call them? Floss cards. It comes with the floss cards in the packet, but with the rayon floss, it's so slippery that it doesn't actually hold on. So it is really hard to keep the rayon floss, satiny floss on the actual pattern, on the actual floss cards. So that one has cotton floss. I already said that, didn't I? So I am thinking, should this one go? Let me have a look here. How big is this? Oh, it's a decent size. Let's see. That's the. So I think I will leave that in the full coverage side of the. All right. Next is we nearly lost the floss. Now Next one is this one. It is called Eagle Maiden, and it is by a designer called Ruth on eBay. This was a pattern that my mother-in-law bought me a long time ago, many years ago, and gifted to me. And so it has no artist or anything, so as for copyright and licensing, I've got no idea. But she gifted it to me in Goodwill, so I am just going to stitch it. So it has, as you can see, all the floss and fabric there. All right, so the next one, which you can't really see properly, give me 2 seconds, is this one. It is Evening Watch Leopard. The artwork is by Cynthia Fisher. Come on, focus, you stupid thing. And it is charted by Painfree Crafts. And now I don't know. Does Sarah still have Cynthia Fisher? I'm not sure. This could actually be a retired chart. I know she did retire a few artists, and I'm just thinking that Cynthia Fisher might have been one of them. I'd have to get on and have a look, but yeah. If not, this pattern would still be available, and you can also get a crop, which is just from there across. Which, if I had a thought about it, I probably would have bought the crop. But then again, I could always crop it off myself and not stitch the whole lot. But I've got all the floss, and this is 16 count ecru fabric. Sorry if you can hear the crinkling. It is kind of ridiculous, but you know what? I am just going to throw these ones in this bin on that side. All right, so next one that I have is this one. It is called First Spring, and the artwork is by Tom and Tony Shuck. And it is charted by Artisy. Now, I bought this one because Tarina was no longer licensing Tom's artwork, but then she must have went through a different licensing company, or he went through a different licensing company, because I'm pretty sure it is back up on the website. But yeah, that's that one. And again, it has all the fabric and floss in it, and it is on 16 count. I have taken to writing the fabric on the back of the cover photo as well, just so I remember, because a lot of these I have had kitted up for probably 6 or 7 years and just never got around to starting them or stitching them, because you know, others have caught my eye. So next one is this one. Now this one is called FJ Ute. It is from a business on eBay called Just Stitching. Again, it has no artist to it, so I'm not sure if this image is even licensed or if it's just a, what they call them, free license or whatever it is, based artwork. But again, this was one that my mother-in-law gifted me. So yeah, that is FJ Ute. FJ Ute was an old style Holden Ute that we had in Australia many years ago. Oops, sorry, that was loud. All right, next we have Rolis kit, and this is the called the Great Bear. Now, I bought this one from JK's quite a few years ago. She was having clearance and this one came up. And I absolutely loved the colours and everything in it. And I'd never done a Rolis. I still haven't done a Rolis. I've got two and I haven't even got around to stitching them yet. So, yeah, that is that one, and it has the wool acrylic, and it already comes on the floss cards and everything with the 14 count white Zeitglatt. And so now I think the reason I didn't start this is because it's got a coloured chart, like paper chart. So now I'm hoping that I know how to scan and get into Pattern Keeper, that I can actually scan it. Oh, not Pattern Keeper, Markup RXP. That I can actually scan the pattern and get it into markup when I get around to working on it. That one can go to the side because it will go into the smalls category. Now, most of these are full coverage, like full coverage pieces. All right, we have Horses on a Beach. Artwork is by Lorenzo Tempesta, and it is charted by Artisy. This was one of the first full coverage patterns that I bought way back when I got back into stitching. When was that? 2015? 14, 15. Shit, that's nearly 10 years ago. If it was 2014, it was 10 years ago. So yeah, this is one that was bought way back then. My very first one was my Howling Wolf, and I think I bought this one at the same time. So once again, 16 count white Ada, got all the floss in there. All of these are mainly kitted up with CXC floss because it's so much cheaper. If I had to kit any of these up with DMC, as most of you know, it's getting more expensive. It is currently $1.50 a skein here in Australia, except for when Spotlight and that have specials. Even through JK's, I think it's 90 cents now a skein. So when I can buy 300 skeins for $40 with of CXC, it makes it a lot cheaper and more viable for me to do it. All right, and we have another stamped kit. This one is also on 14 count, 48 by 58 centimeters, and that is what it looks like. And of course, it has everything in there. This one is actually the that silky rayon floss that I was talking about. I don't know. Well, they call it silk. I would not call it silk. It's more satin or rayon, polyester. It is definitely not silk, but they call it silk. And when I ordered these, I got some in silk, some in cotton, because I thought that the silk would be really nice with the shininess, not realizing how much of a pain in the ass it would be to stitch with. All right. Now we have, this is another one I bought at the same time as the Great Bear. This one is called Ice Cold Wind. It is another Rolis kit. I think Darren has the bear one as well. Because I think what it was, I seen Darren comment on the bear and I was like, oh, bloody hell, Darren. And then there was a second one. Janet commented and said there is a second one. So I grabbed it and this one as well. So it has all the floss in it as well. Look at those colours. Those colours are gorgeous. And there's some more of the kits that you can get. This one, I love the look of this one as well. Even the owl one. But yeah. And that one actually comes with a grey 14 count grey, yep. So, yeah, that one can go over there as well. Alright, another stamped kit. This one is also 14 count Ada, 58 by 78 centimeters. None of these had names, none of these stamped kits, so I had to just go and make up names for them so I could alphabetize them. But yeah, so, and that one is cotton floss, so that's yeah, that's pretty good. I think with the stamped ones I got charts or patterns, pictures that I hadn't actually seen charted by any other companies. Alright, so we have another stamped kit. This one is 48 by 58 centimeters. I think this one might be 11 count. Yeah, that looks pretty big. So that's what that one looks like. Again. But yeah, and this one has cotton floss. But yeah, that looks, I love that one. Alright. We have, what's this one called? Indian Winter. Artwork is by Mark Keithley and it is charted by Artisy. And you will see quite a theme running through most of these kits. I have changed a little bit over the last 12 to 18 months. I have started getting into a lot more like into different type of ones, but there is still a recurrent theme that runs through all my patterns, as you would probably notice anyway. But yeah, and I think that one's 16 count white Ada as well. Alright, so we have Mini Kindred Spirits by Laurie Prindle, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Now this one was one of the very first, and it's the, I did say mini, didn't I? This is one of the very first Heaven and Earth Designs charts that I bought. That and Mini Shaman, which I am currently working on. I bought these paired together because I absolutely loved the artwork of both of them. And yeah, 16 count. As I said, most of these are all 16 count because they were I bought a heap of fabric on bolts from Spotlight when they were having a sale. All right, this one is called Legends of the West. Artwork is again by Mark Keithley and it is by Artisy. But yeah, I love Mark Keithley's artwork as well. It is absolutely gorgeous. Oi. So I have Leopard's Gaze by Laurie Prindle, charted by Painfree Crafts. This is a Painfree Crafts actual kit, which I not long got, and it still has the chocolate in it. Hang on, let me rescue that chocolate. Because once I put these containers back, I will not be going back in them until I want to pull one out to start, which probably won't be for quite a while because they're all full coverages and they take years to complete. So, right, rescued the chocolate. You get a chocky with all of the Painfree Crafts kits. Put that over there and I'll eat it later. So yeah, as you can see, the kit comes with the fabric. They come on the floss cards on little rings, and it also comes with a free needle minder, which is just a random one that Sarah puts in, and one John James needle. And it comes with a little bag. Oh shit, sorry, nearly kicked you over. Comes with a little organza bag, which I suppose you could put all of that in instead of into a project bag. All right. I'll try not to fall over into the off the bed into the container. So we have next is this one called Little Warrior Pony, and it is a pattern from Cross Stitch for Everyone. She is on Etsy. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. It's got ecru, 16 count ecru. The artist is Elena Samoyedova. I hope I did not butcher that too much. And of course the chart is by Missy Cross, who owns Cross Stitch for Everyone. Yeah. Oh, here's another one. No. Alright, so this one is Living Books 4. Oh well, it says number 4. I got this one from Etsy. Who was it? Light Unicorn Designs, Laser Art Designs. It was either one of those. And I just realised that it hasn't got the fabric in it, so I'll put it to the side as well. I think I threw it into the fully kitted box because I knew that I did have fabric for them, but I just hadn't cut it up yet. All right, this one is a Moonlight Mystery. Artwork is by Al Agnew, and the chart is by Charting Creations. I seen this one and fell in love with it and bought it straight away. Absolutely love it with the wolves. Gorgeous. 16 count white Ada I've got in that one. Rightio, morning work. Once again, it is a Mark Keithley design, and it is by Artisy. As I said, you will see a recurring theme with all of my patterns. Now, you will also see a lot of Artisy designs, and that is because Artisy was a company that I came across when I first got back into stitching, and I came across them. I was looking for a lot of, well, I couldn't find any sort of that I wanted to stitch that was in the shops, and then I was looking online for them, for patterns, and I came across Artisy, and I fell in love with a lot of their patterns. And the other thing that helps is that they are an Australian designer. So, all right, this one is Mustangs by Cynthia Fisher, and it is, of course, an Artisy design. Horses. Horses, horses, and more horses. Paint horses in particular. Ooh. Alright, so I really need to, I should have. Here is another Cynthia Fisher design, and this one is called Paint Horse and Foal. Now, I love Cynthia Fisher's artwork. If it's charted correctly, it will turn out looking just like a just like a painting. I have done 2 Cynthia Fisher pieces from Artisy. I might just stick them in here while I'm talking about them. One is called 2 Paints and the other one's called Running Free. And they are just amazing. They look so real. Like even though you're using cotton floss, you'd think how can you get the shine on the coat, but the stitched piece is absolutely gorgeous. So that is why I like Cynthia Fisher's artwork, because it's so real, and they convert to stitched pieces really, really well. But yeah, that is, and it is another kit from Sarah at Painfree. And yeah, as usual, has everything in it. This one I think actually came with a, yeah, it did. It actually came with a needle book. So this one actually came with a needle book of 5 needles, whereas now you only get the single needle. Well, you can have the choice to have a needle or no needle, or extra needles, because, but yeah, so, right. We have Mini Cherokee Blue, artwork by Laurie Prindle, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Now I do have this one. Is it this one that I've got as a diamond painting? I do have a few Laurie Prindle artworks as diamond paintings. I know I have already done a couple. Might have to pull out my finished diamond paintings and just see what ones I've got. But yeah, and as usual, and this is what I do, I write down all of the floss that is needed and how many is needed, so when I go to order I can just go down and order them, and then when I receive them I just cross them off so I know what floss is still needed for the pattern, for the project. Next one is Daydream Tigers. Artwork is by Sheena Pike, and the charting is done by Charting Creations. Now, I know Darren, Dizzy Stitcher, and Nicole, North Island Stitcher, both have this one started. I think we bought them all around the same time, but I didn't start mine the same time that they done. I know they done a challenge with each other a couple of years ago when it first came out. One needed to get 10,000 stitches and the other needed to get 5,000 stitches, because one was doing full cross, the other one was doing 10. But yeah, I love that one. Got lots of floss in it, and a lot of fabric, because it's huge, and especially on 16 count. Alright, look at this. I'm only going to fit a couple more into here, so my idea of having smalls and full coverages in 2 different is not going to work out. But that's alright, because I still needed to put them into 2 containers anyway. Rightio, so we have Mini Dreamcatcher. Artwork is by Laurie Prindle, and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So I did start out buying a lot of the minis, because I know Hayde had a lot of very large, and they still do, very large pieces. And I mean, even if you look at this one, This is meant to be a mini, and it's 325 by 325, which is still going to make it, well, it says there 13 inches by 13 inches on 25 count. But because I use 16 count or 18 count now, it's still going to make it nearly 20 inch wide and high fabric. So that's why I was buying a lot of minis years ago, but now I've just gone, bugger it, I might as well just go with it and buy whatever size pattern I like. We have Pandemic. Oh, not Pandemic. This is not Pandemic. This is called Dilemma. Dilemma by Long Dog Samplers. So the point of this pattern is you stitch the border and then you have 9 things to choose out of 16. Now I know, is it Crafty Emily? Has actually decided that she's not going to choose from the 9 of them. She's just going to stitch all of them. So she has actually made this bigger and put in the extra squares. So she's doing all of the squares, all of these. Now when I first bought this, I did think about it for a long time, what colour I was going to do it on, what floss I was going to do it with, and what ones I was going to do and where. Now, I never wrote any of these bright ideas down. Well, not of what squares I was going to do and how I was going to do them in what colours. So here I have black fabric that I dyed myself and metallic threads in 5 different colours. Now I had a bright idea to do the whole project in metallics just because I am a freaking idiot. So I am just going to have to see, because I was thinking, because this thread splits into 6, and I was thinking of splitting it because that's going to be too thick on the fabric. So the only other thing I can think, oops, lost it. Only other thing I can think of doing is just buying new metallic thread. But I did have in my mind exactly how I was going to do it and what colours I was going to put where in what squares. And as I said, I did not write any of this down. So that is going to be something to discover later down the track. But yeah, that is Dilemma. Another one is Pandemic. This one is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. Now we all know this one. This was the freebie that Jules gave out in 2020 for a limited time. And we have seen all styles of this one and types and, you know, colours and colour variations and what haven't you. But I dyed my own fabric in this mottled denim looking colour. So the whole thing is mottled. You do have dark areas, what haven't you. It is a huge bit of fabric. I love how the modelling turned out on that fabric. So it is 18 count. That's 18 count, and that's how still how big it is. And I've decided that I will do the whole thing with this mottled pink. So I think that'll look all right. At least I know the pink won't get lost on this blue fabric. The only thing that I might have to do is for some of the back stitch and that I might have to pull out one of my solid pinks in silks or something to do the back stitching. Or even, let me have a look here. Yeah, no, I'm just going to do the whole thing. But the back stitching I'm going to probably have to do in a different colour. But yeah, I think that's going to be a good colourway for that. And I just bought these variegated threads from AliExpress. Came in this pack. Same place that I bought my variegated threads that I used on New Normal. Same place. Of course, once again, you can get, what's in that, 10 threads for like $13 or something, I think it is. I'd have to check. Oh, that line goes there, even though it's a huge. Alright, so we have another stamped kit. This one is on 14 count. It's 48 by 58 centimeters. And oh my god, it has the rayon silk satiny floss. Yeah. So, yeah. But, I mean, it does have, these colours are meant to be the same as CXC, which match DMC. So I could just go and swap them out, but I've already paid for them. If I did that, I mean, what am I going to do with all this floss? So I might as well just use what I bought. Alright. A few more. We're up to 37 minutes, so we're probably going to be 40, 50 minutes. So we have Running Free. Artwork is, original image is Corey Carlson. And it is charted by Artisy. It's not until you go through some of your stash that you look and you go, oh geez, I really like the look of that one. Oh yeah, I forgot that I had that one or something. And then you want to start stitching them all and you're like, oh, I'd love to see these stitched up. But I'm not one to start all of the patterns all at once. Nothing would ever get fully completed. All right, so this is another Cynthia Fisher called Starlight Serenade, and it is a Painfree Crafts kit. So I have been a member of the Crystal Club for about 3 years, 2 or 3 years now. So I do have a few kits. And I love it because they come with the fabric, the DMC, everything. It's all there for you. Then we have called Sunflower Dreamcatcher. And that's what it looks like. And it is a pattern that I got from Etsy. Once again, I can't remember if it was Laser Art Designs or Light Unicorn Designs. Either one of those stores is where I got this one from. And this one I actually have I have everything for this one. So the fabric and the lot is already in this kit. Okay. This one we have is called Squaw and Wolves. It is from an eBay company called I don't know what the Designs by Ruth, I think her actual name was, on eBay. Again, it is a pattern that the mother-in-law gifted to me many moons ago. And it is going to be huge because that's all the floss. Like, there's a lot of floss there. Alright, so I think that's as many as I'm going to fit in there. I really should have thought about this when I put all these cover photos in, what way I was putting them in. 3 Horses. Artwork is by Louis Bagalo and it is charted by Artisy. Of course, when I found Artisy, I just went through, created an account, and then I was like, and added all of the, nearly all of the horse patterns to my wish list, and just bought them during sales and stuff like that. Artisy have sales twice a year. They usually run for 4 to 6 weeks, and it's 20% off. They also offer a free pattern in their Facebook group once a month, and they also put 2 free patterns up on their website once a month. It used to be every 2 weeks, but they've gone to once a month with that now. So they are very generous. Tarina and Simon are very generous with their patterns and stuff, and I also find that their patterns are very well priced. And this is called 3 Horses at Sunset. Artwork is by Franco Zappa, and obviously it is an Artisy design. The sunset colours in that are gorgeous. And of course, your printed cover photos never actually show the colours as well as when they stitch up. You look at the cover photo and go, oh yeah, that's really nice. And then when you stitch it up, you realise how bright all the colours and everything are. So another Mark Keithley design called Thunderbolt, and it is also another pattern by Artisy. So I had been seeing this one around as a photo for a long time, and then as soon as Tarina charted it, I was like, yep, that's mine. Thank you very much. I do still have quite a few on my wish list from Artisy. It's kind of ridiculous, but don't we all have huge wish lists with all of the designers, especially our favourite ones? Another stamped kit. That's what it is. 14 count, 48 by 58. And it is, I think, it is yep, satiny floss. So, what's that? 3 is satiny floss. Now, any of these stamped ones and that I bought from like AliExpress years ago, if I do see the original artwork come up through any of the designers and that, I will buy the pattern. So the artist does actually get, not that I'll probably ever use the pattern, but I will buy it. So the artist does get some type of commission for the illegal copy that I bought. This one is called Wild Horses. Artwork is by Lorenzo Tempesta, and of course, it is an artsy design. I don't know if I ever manage to get all of these stitched. I don't know where I'm going to put them all. I don't have enough wall space in my house. I think I'll just have to make them all into wall hangings and just swap them out as I feel like it. Alright, so we have Mini Windwalker. Of course, the artwork is by Laurie Prindle and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Absolutely love it. I'm just hoping, because I know some Heaven and Earth designs do come out a little dark, so I'm just hoping this one doesn't come out as dark as it appears in that cover photo. I haven't had an issue yet, but I have heard of some that have had issues with the darkness of, or how dark the Heaven and Earth Designs patterns have come out. We have Winter Dreams by Maureen Loop, and it is a Painfree Crafts design, also a Painfree Crafts kit. I fell in love with this pattern as soon as I seen it on Sarah's site. Just the colours and yeah, just absolutely love it. It's just gorgeous. I would even be tempted, once I was finished stitching this, I would even be tempted to add some beads and stuff in around this dream catcher, and maybe a few down here in the feathers and stuff like that, just to give it a little bit of extra sparkle, but in a matching colour of the floss that's in that section, just to, yeah, give it that little bit of something extra. All right, we have Wolf 2. This is from an eBay company called Just Stitching. It is once again a pattern that the mother-in-law gave me a long time ago. So this one was one that I tried to get into Pattern Keeper and it could not read the symbols or anything, so I will, this one I will probably start after I've finished Horse Portrait. I want to do some of these start some of these older ones and get them out of the road. I know that I said that I'm a full cross, I'm a snob in that way that I do all of my projects full cross unless it's called for in the pattern. And I've always been like that. But I am thinking that some of these older patterns that I just want to get done and get out of the road, I am going to do the background, like this one as well. I will probably do the background in, I'll do all this wolf and these couple of, I don't know, flowers or trees, what they're meant to be. And they sort of look like mushrooms to me, but I think they're meant to be flowers. But then in this, I'll do in tent stitch, just so it makes it go a bit quicker. But the other ones too, like, come back to this one. This one, I am wondering that if I should do in tent stitch, because they take forever. But then, as I said, I am a snob in that way that if I do cross stitch, I do full stitch, because to me it's not cross stitch unless it's a full stitch. Because it's in the name, isn't it? Cross. So if you're only doing one leg of it, you're not really doing the cross, are you? But that's just my opinion, and I've always been like that. I'm, as I said, snob. Rightio, so we have Wolf 9. This is an Etsy pattern. Again, do you think I can remember who I bought it from? Light Unicorn Designs or Laser Art Designs? One or the other. I wish actually that they would put their name on the front cover. It would be a hell of a lot easier to know who it came from. Alright, so into the last few smaller patterns. So we've got this one. It's just called Wolf Head and Forest. So it does look very pixelated in that cover photo, and I'm just wondering how it's going to stitch up. But I think it'll stitch up all right. It's just something quick and easy, and the pattern only cost me, I think it was $3. So honestly, if it doesn't stitch up okay, it'll just be, and it's not going to be very big, so it hasn't cost me very much. It's only got like 15 colours in it. So, you know, if it doesn't stitch up greatly, well, who really cares? It's a bit like the diamond paintings you buy, like the small 30 by 30 centimetre ones. You know they're going to look like shit, but you still buy them because you like and you're just wanting something small and quick to occupy your brain with. Here's another one. This is Woodland Wolf. It is also an Etsy pattern. That Wolf Head and Forest was an Etsy pattern too. Once again, it was either Light Unicorn Designs or Laser Art Designs. So, and again, that one doesn't have very many colours to it at all either. So, all right, last one out of this box, out of all my kitted projects, is called Young Blood. Cynthia Fisher artwork and charted by Artisy. So, yeah. And that is all of my kitted projects, guys. It is, as you can see, there were a lot of Artisy projects in there, but as I said, that was because when I first got back into cross-stitching, they were the company that I found, and I loved a lot of their project patterns, so I bought them and started kitting them up. But I do have a lot of other different ones in my to be kitted projects. I have a lot of other designers, different ones in the other box. So when we get around to eventually choosing some new ones, if I'm having a hard time, I will break it down myself to a certain amount of projects to stitch, and then I will ask you guys which ones you think that I should start. But as I said, that might not be for quite a while because I do have a lot of, well, as you know, I've got 10 full coverages, large full coverages, and then 11 smalls. Alright guys, so that is all my fully kitted projects. Hope you enjoyed that stash dive with me, and I will see you in my next video. I will do a stash dive into my partially kitted projects one day as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care, stay safe. Bye bye.